Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and today I wanted to share with you my TBR for the Reindeer Readathon. This is a month-long readathon that runs for the whole of December, so from the 1st to 31st, that was created by my friend Erik over at Breakeven Books. And this is kind of a fun readathon because there are teams and each of the reading prompts is worth a different point value, so it's kind of like reindeer games. His own spin on that, and basically I guess whoever the team is with the most amount of points at the end wins. So a couple things just to make sure I cover everything before we go over the prompts. I believe most of this is taking place on Twitter, and the Twitter name is Reindeer Readathon. And then we're using the hashtag Reindeer Readathon 2019. I will leave a link to Erik's announcement video down below, which has all of this information as well as links to the Google Doc, I believe it was, that if you would like to participate, you can fill out, and then you are sorted onto a team based off that. It's random, and I think that might be it. So there are 4 different, I guess, team leaders for this readathon. You have Erik, who is the leader of Team Mistletoe. There is Hillary, who is the leader of Team Snowflake. Donna is the leader of Team Nutcracker, and Savvy is the team leader of Stocking, which is the team that I am on. So basically, I guess we're kind of keeping in contact through Twitter Messenger. At least that's what I know my team is doing. And it'll be fun because I've already got one person lined up to do a buddy read with for this readathon, so I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get into the reading prompts, and I'll tell you the point value and what book I plan to read for this. So the first prompt is Dasher, and this I am just reading off of a printout that I got from Twitter. So this is what it looks like. I put it on sticker paper and put it into my bullet journal. So Dasher is worth 15 points, and this is a fast read or a book under 250 pages. And for that, I have planned to read The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. I started reading this last year. I think I got maybe a chapter in, and it was for a readathon I was doing last year. I never finished it before Christmas, and I didn't want to continue on with it since it's about Santa Claus. So it's a book I want to read during the Christmas holiday and before Christmas. So this is definitely a short book. It's 136 pages, so it should be a breeze to get through. And I'm excited to learn about the life and adventures of Santa Claus. The next prompt is Dancer, and this is worth 20 points. And it's a book that features or has a main theme of music or dance. And for this, I want to read The Nutcracker. I think there's a storybook on The Nutcracker, but if not, I do have at the bottom of my stack here this Nutcracker storybook advent calendar, which I have read a couple times through, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of read through. Each book is numbered with obviously your different numbers for the advent calendar. I believe it's 1 through 20 because 20 is the big book here. Oh no, there is 24 there. So each one, if I remember correctly, is just like a 2-page spread. Or let's look at book 11, The Dream. This is actually a couple pages. So we've got little pages like that with illustrations and the text. So I thought it would be a fun way to reread The Nutcracker since I haven't read this in quite some time. But I also might try and find just an actual like bound book version of it. We'll see. And then the third prompt is Prancer. This one is worth 25 points, and it is a book that has moved around on your shelf, but you still haven't read yet. And For this, I have a book that I've put on multiple TBRs throughout the year, and I wanted to read it before December because the newest movie adaptation is coming out, but I haven't gotten there yet, and that is Little Women by Louise and May Alcott. This is the book that I am planning to read with one of my teammates, so definitely get that motivation in there to fly through this. I did try listening to an audiobook version from my library, but I really didn't like the narration. So I think this will be a good one just to read physically, since I've got a nice Barnes & Noble Classic edition. And then with the help of a buddy, it'll be much easier to get through. The fourth prompt is Vixen, and this one is worth 20 points, and it is a book with a strong female character. For this, I am reading a book called The Greatcoat by Helen Dunmore. This takes place in the winter of 1952, when a lady named Isabel Carey moves. There's a sticker, so I can never read that part. But she moves to Yorkshire with her husband, who's a medical doctor, and she finds this RAF greatcoat hidden in the back of her closet, and then next thing she knows, there's a knock on her window, and it is an RAF pilot. So I feel like this has to have strong female character in it, just because Isabel's alone and there's this guy who needs her help. Who knows? Something about an intense affair. So we'll see how that ramps up. But this again is just a really short book. The font or the print on it is also really big, so it should be a quick read through. And then we come to Comet, which is worth 20 points, and this is a book that you think will have a big impact on you, or the alternate option is to read a sci-fi. And for this, I am going to listen to an audiobook I have on Audible called Christmas Eve 1914, and this takes place during, I believe, World War I is what it is. It's a very, very short audio book, but I think honestly just anything for me centered around one of the Great Wars has a big impact on me, so I think that will be great to fit the prompt for sure. The next prompt is Cupid. This is worth 15 points, and the prompt is to read a book that has romance as the main theme. And for this, I am going to pick a book off my Kindle, which is Snow and Love. I know Casey West is one of the authors, and Marissa De La Cruz, I think, and there might be one other who I'm blanking on right now, but it is an anthology of just kind of love stories around the holiday season. Next we come to Donner, which is 15 points, and this is a book that you think has a beautiful cover, and for that I am reading The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. This is a book my friend and I were going to do a blind date with a book for each other for each month of the year. We only got around to doing it 1 month for each other, but this is the book she picked for me, and it's just beautiful. It's kind of got a mystery feel to it, but it takes place in London in 1893 and then moves to Essex. And it's kind of about this myth of the Essex Serpent and somebody finding out more about that. But I just think the cover is very beautiful and quite fitting for this prompt. So definitely look forward to getting to this. And then we have Blitzen, which is only worth 5 points. But the prompt is to read a graphic novel. I asked Eric just to make sure comics, mangas, any sort of format like that works. And I am picking up Vampire Night Volume 4, even though I don't feel like it's very fitting for the Christmas season. It's the only graphic novel I own other than the Orange Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I just want to finish this manga series, I guess, before I get into Orange. So that'll be that. I also, though, might look through my Archie comics I have and pick up one of those, or maybe I'll pick up one from the store because I haven't since my teenage years, and I think it would be fun to revisit the Archie comics, especially for a readathon like this. And then there's two more prompts. The last reindeer we have is Rudolph, and this is worth 20 points, and that is just to read a book with red on the cover. I again have another Audible pick for this, which is the Christmas Hirelings. It's another short audiobook. I think it's only maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours tops. But I believe it's about this kind of old curmudgeon-y sort of guy who brings in these orphans for Christmas and just gives them that really good experience and things like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's got some like warm fuzzy feelings in it. And then the last prompt is for extra points, and this is the Christmas Star. So this is a book that is over 500 pages, and you get an extra 15 points for this. And I have planned to read, more like listen to, An Echo in the Bone by Diana Gabaldon. This is book book 7 that's published right now. This is over 800 pages, so it'll be perfect. It's probably like almost a 40-hour audiobook, so it'll definitely take me a bit of time to get through. But again, just building on the events of Outlander. I haven't finished An Echo in the Bone yet, which is the book before this. So I'm not entirely sure where the events of this story start off, since I don't know how that one ends yet. But yeah, definitely looking forward to getting to this. My goal is to finish the Outlander series in 2019, so I've got 2.5 books to go. So it'll be great to get through this one and then finish Written in My Own Heart's Blood. And just to cover the Santa Clauses really quickly, books cannot be crossed over. Since these are point-based, you can't have one book fit multiple prompts. You have to pick a book for each prompt, and the Christmas Star can only be redeemed one time, so you only have that opportunity to get 15 extra points once. I believe that's everything. Like I said, I will have Erik's announcement video listed down below, which has the link to the, I guess, sign up form. It also has, I believe, links to the Twitter page, and then all of the other hosts for this readathon. So I would love to know if you are participating, what team you're on, especially if you're on Team Stalking, which is the team that's going to win, because I am very competitive and I obviously am going to root for my team. So please do let me know if you're on a team, if we're on the same team, what books you plan to read, and all of that stuff down in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!